Hello again, everyone. I am back with another exciting, thrilling comic book haul. That was all the enthusiasm I have, people. I have a cold, my back hurts. I went and saw a bunch of old friends this weekend, and I'm old. Can't party like I used to. But none of that matters, because we have to talk about comic books. Comics. I don't have a big haul this week, people. The haul is frankly one comic book. As I was digging at the local comic shop this week, going through the cheap bins, quarter bins, came upon a bunch of books that you always see. The same books you guys see when you're going through the cheap bins, I see. We all see them throughout the nation. And a lot of it's dreck, a lot of it's stuff you don't want in your collection, but there's a lot of great stuff that's from the 90s, early 2000s, that I just assume everyone already has in their collection. But maybe you don't. Maybe you're missing out. Maybe you're so obsessed with chasing the latest and hottest book, first appearances, variant covers, this character is going to be in a movie, there's going to be a TV show, that you're forgetting there's good reading material out there, people. There's great artwork, there's great story. And so I dug through my personal collection, and I want to show off a few titles today that I hope you have them. If you don't, they're in those quarter bins, people. Go find them. Bring them home. Read them. But first and foremost, I picked up one shiny book. Submariner, number 20. Look at how pretty. 1969. John Buscema on art. Beautiful colors. Submariner, Doctor Doom. Awesome. Awesome. Nothing key about this book. Just a fun comic from the Silver Age that I got pretty darn cheap. That is in probably very fine condition. Oof. Put that thing in a Mylar. The colors pop even more. Love it. Great book. Pick it up. All right. So now, again, these are just books from my collection. And we'll get into it here. But you can find these any comic shop, any comic show. I guarantee it on the cheap. So here we go. Big Ghost Rider fan, as the dozens and dozens of you that watch my program and know, I enjoy me some Ghost Rider. However, if I'm being honest, the series has had its ups and downs as far as creativity. But a run in the mid-2000s, late 2008, Jason Aaron was the writer of Ghost Rider for issues 20 through 35. This is issue 20. Again, Jason Aaron, great writer. Currently writing the Avengers, doing an amazing job at it. Ghost Rider 20 through 35, and then he did a miniseries, Heaven on Fire, 6-issue miniseries after that. Great stuff. He just takes a lot of horror tropes and puts Ghost Rider through his paces. It's a great horror book when he's writing it. I highly recommend it. Ghost Rider, issue 20. Go find it. Looks like this. All right. Robert Kirkman, he of Walking Dead fame. I am the only person still watching Walking Dead. They pause the show when I have to go to the bathroom. I think that's how it works. But Robert Kirkman used to be a writer at Marvel comic books. Wrote a handful of titles. Never a big long arc or anything. But he did the volume 3 of Marvel Team Up. Here's Marvel Team Up, or MTU number 1. And unlike the other Marvel Team Up series, it's just basically Kirkman has been given full run of the Marvel Universe. Just put a bunch of characters in a book and tell a story, an ongoing story. It's 25 issues is his run. And it's great. If you ever wonder what the guy that made The Walking Dead, or writes the current Walking Dead comic that is still very popular, would do with the Marvel characters, you know. It's easily found out. Go to your back issues. MTU, issues 1 through 25. Go pick them up. They're great. They're fun. Get it. Marvel Team Up Volume 3, MTU. Now here is a title that I did not think I would enjoy in any way, shape, or form when this hit the stands. But I love the creative team, so I picked it up. Ka-zar, number 1 from Marvel Comics in 1997. Looks just like a Tarzan ripoff, right? And I'm not a big Tarzan guy. Jungle stories have never been like my bread and butter. but and I never really read. I was aware of ka-zar. Ka-zar is Kevin Plunder. Long story short, he at the age of 12 he was abandoned in the Savage Land, which is the Lost World style dinosaurs and saber-toothed cats and various jungle tribes exist in the Marvel universe in the Savage Land, right? 12-year-old boy gets dropped there, lives the rest of his life in the Savage Land. But it's a different spin on the Tarzan mythos because he remembers civilization. He came here when he was 12. So this series is an interesting take. He's always sneaking in like CD players, some kind of technology into things. Sneaks back to civilization every so often. He has a wife. He has a child. He has like a baby in this series. This is from Mark Waid, who I love. I've talked about Mark Waid at length on this channel. Adam or Andy Kubert? Andy Kubert is the artist. As I recall, he jumped on this because he wanted to draw dinosaurs, and there's a ton of dinosaurs in here. But it's just a great book. Even if you're not a big jungle guy, if you are a great big jungle reader, yes. Jungle fantasy, yes. Even if you're not, yes. Great book. It's 14 issues long. Mid-90s. This started in 97. Late 90s then, I guess. 97. Go find it. It's in every back issue bins I've ever looked through. You can find ka-zar. Go get it. Speaking of Mark Waid, he wrote like 100 issues of The Flash. Wally West is The Flash. Not Barry Allen. Okay, Barry Allen's the original. Well, I'm not going to get ultra nerdy in the history of The Flash. Wally West is the star of this series. Here's young Wally. Barry Allen, his uncle. Mark Waid takes the definitive take on the character. This is issue 63. I didn't want to show 62 because the cover's not very interesting, but here's 63. He does the next 100 issues. There's a couple of keys, but the majority of the run you can find for pennies. Pick it up. It's so good. It's great. If you would remotely like the TV show, if you just like good action adventure stories, yes, it's so good. The artist teams often change, but Mark Waid consistently writes this thing for like a decade. Go find it. Bring it home if you don't have it. If you don't have it, what's wrong with you? Okay. As I'm talking, my back is locking up, but I'm not going to sit down because I've decided I like having these things on my shoulders like this. So I'm just going to muddle through. Muddle, muddle, muddle. The sacrifices I make for this channel, I swear. Thor, issue 1, 1998. Mighty Thor from the Heroes Reborn. I'm not going to get into Heroes Reborn. Dan Jurgens was the writer for this book for 79 issues. John Romita Jr. is the artist for the first, year or two on this book. It's great. It is everything that makes Thor cool. The artwork's amazing throughout the run. The writing is amazing. He gets a whole different spin on the character. A whole different... Well, in the Marvel Universe, they don't use Donald Blake that much. Thor has an alter ego in this. Jake Olsen, who's a paramedic. We go through all the Asgardian characters. We at the end, we have the big Ragnarok battle. Twilight of the Gods. It's awesome. The whole series is awesome. Completely underrated and easily found for 25 cents a copy. I'm confident at your local comic shop or comic show. Thor, 97, issues 1 through 79. Pick it up. All right, got 3 more here. I talked a bit about this book in one of the last videos, but I love this series. Justice Like Lightning, The Thunderbolts. Great team book in the 1997. Not only these books from 97. 97 was a big year for me for Marvel Comics, apparently. Issues 1 through 33, written by Kurt Busiek. Then the series was continued by Fabian Nicieza. And those are okay. Those are fun. If you're a completist and have to have those, great. But if you just want to stop at issue 33, that's fine. Great book. Spoiler alert, team of bad guys learning to be good guys. Oh, the wacky adventures they will have. It's great. I'm making it sound like a comedy. It's not. It's a lot of melodrama, a lot of good stuff in here. Mark Bagley is the artist. Can't recommend it enough. If you find this, and I know you will, pick it up. Bring it home. Yes. 2 more. We got, God, and I always see these books. This above all of these is the one I'm confident you'll find the easiest. Maybe not the entire run, but you'll find enough that you'll be missing like 5 and it'll drive you insane. 1987, Justice League. Lots has been written about this series if you're not familiar with it. As you can see from the cast of characters there, if you're just a fringe fan, you're like, all right, there's Batman. There's that Shazam guy that I've seen in previous movies now. I have no idea who those other characters are. And that's very accurate. The series was just very much the second string or third string of DC comic heroes. And it went for 60 issues, along with some issues of a title called Justice League Europe. It's wonderful. People always think of it as like a comedy series, and there's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of ha-ha-ha. But it's also got such good drama. Such good drama. The characters are developed so well. You get a feel for... In a team book, it's hard to get a feel for everybody, you know? There's a lot of characters to bounce around. It's like a show. Everyone gets moments to shine. Everyone has personality. It's wonderful. Martian Manhunter here and the Green Gentleman, we learn of his addiction. Well, it's not addiction, but his love of the Oreo cookie. Who can't identify with that? Who doesn't love them an Oreo cookie? I put some in the kids' lunch this morning. It's fine. He's healthy. It's fine. But yeah, it's a great series. And they're always in the cheap bins. Justice League. Yes, from the 80s. 1 through 60. Go get it. Last but not least is a book that no one talks about anymore. Characters barely around. The characters just now making a little bit of a comeback in the DC universe. But in the mid-90s, in the Green Lantern comics, they did a reboot. They got rid of Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan went crazy. The Green Lantern, most people know, the Ryan Reynolds movie that no one liked, they got rid of him. He's a bad guy now. They got rid of him. And all the other Green Lanterns, there's thousands amongst the galaxy. Some just look like sponges or plants. They got rid of all of them. One Green Lantern. One guy with a ring. And that man was Kyle Rayner. This is Green Lantern 51. His adventures, as written by Ron Mars, would go for the next, gosh, I didn't write it down, 100 issues or so. About a decade. It's all good. It's if you are a fan of Spider-Man at all, the coming-of-age hero, the hero trying to figure out how in the world to be a hero, how to use these powers, how to do good, and sometimes failing, but always trying, always picking themselves up. This is the book. This is the DC Comics version of that. I mean, it seems strange because this guy, you know, he has the most, in theory, the most powerful weapon in the universe. He has a ring that is only limited by his imagination and his willpower, in case you didn't know how Green Lanterns work. He can do anything. He can do anything if he wants it badly enough. And this power is just dropped in his lap. Literally dropped in his lap. He's a young 20-something. He's out on the town. He's a commercial artist, comic book artist. He's out on the town. Goes into the alley for a breath of fresh air. Long story short, he's given a power ring. He's like, what is this? What am I supposed to do with this? And the only advice given to him by the ring giver is, what you must. What? What do I do? And he tries to be a hero, and there's tragedy along the way. There's laughs along the way. There's adventure along the way. And he's always trying to do the right thing. I love this character. I love Kyle Rayner, and it's been mistreated by the DC universe. But that's okay, because these books always exist, often in the quarter bin. Go get it. Issue 51 through like 160. Green Lantern. Looks like this. Okay. And that's what I got this week, people. I know it wasn't a traditional haul. Bear with me. Perhaps I'll have something next week for you. If not, I'll dig through the long boxes. I'll come up with something. You'll be entertained. It'll be good. Thank you so much for watching, people. I so much appreciate it. I love the comments I've been getting. I've been getting a lot of new subscribers. Like, share, talk to me. What do you guys want? What am I missing out of my collection that I should be reading? Help me. Help me. Help you. That really didn't make sense, but my back hurts. Talk to y'all later.